All right, let's talk about some big news that just dropped for developers. On May 22nd, Anthropic announced that Claude Code is now fully integrated into the Cursor IDE, which, as you probably know, is one of the most popular AI code editors out there. This is a pretty huge update, so we're going to dive right into what this actually means for your daily workflow. So, here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll look at why this is such a game changer. Then, I'll give you a super quick guide to get set up. After that, we'll see the smart new features in action, check out how you can control code changes, and finally, we'll wrap it all up by looking at how this really upgrades your entire workflow.
Okay, let's get right into it. First things first, why is this such a massive deal?
You know the feeling, right? If you're a developer, you've definitely been there. You're constantly jumping between tools, wondering, should I use Claude Code for this? Is Cursor better for that? Which one is going to give me the best result right now? That constant context switching, it's a total productivity killer. Well, this integration is here to put an end to all that. You get to keep all the great stuff you love about Cursor, the smart autocomplete, the AI-powered rewrites, but now you get the full strength of Claude Code baked right in, plus some brand new features we're about to get into. It's really about making your time in Cursor that much more powerful.
And get this, it's not just for Cursor. Since Cursor is built on VS Code, this update brings full support to classic VS Code and other forks like Windsurf. And for all you JetBrains fans out there, Claude Code now plays nice with PyCharm, WebStorm, IntelliJ, and Goland. So yeah, the entire ecosystem is getting a serious boost here.
All right, enough talk. Let's get practical. I'm going to walk you through how to get this all set up. Seriously, it only takes a couple of minutes.
It's a really simple 4-step process. First, pop open your system terminal and run Claude Update to make sure you've got the latest version. You might need to log out first. Next, and this is important, open the terminal that's inside Cursor itself. From there, just type Claude. You'll get the usual sign-in prompts, authorize your account, and that's it. You're good to go.
Now for the fun part. Once you're all set up, what new superpowers do you actually have? Let's take a look at the key features that this integration unlocks.
So, the first major new feature is called Live Context, and you're going to notice a new status indicator down in the bottom right corner of your editor. This tiny little icon is a total game changer because it shows you in real time exactly what Claude is paying attention to in your code.
So just watch what happens when you open a file. Here, we've got animalroutes.py open, and bam, the status bar immediately updates with that file name. Claude now has live automatic context of whatever you're working on. If you jump to another file, it jumps right along with you. This is a massive efficiency boost. Think about it. Before, you had to manually tell Claude which file you were talking about by typing @ and the file name. Now, Claude just knows. You can simply ask, what does this file do, and it gets it. So much cleaner. But it gets even better, even more specific than that. If you go and select a few lines of code, you'll see the status indicator update again. This time, it shows you exactly how many lines you've highlighted. This means if you have a question about one particular function or a weird block of code, you don't have to explain yourself anymore. You just highlight the code, ask your question, and Claude knows precisely what you're referring to. It's incredibly intuitive.
Okay, let's move on to the next major feature. And this one is all about making sure you stay in the driver's seat. It's called the inline diff view.
So let's imagine you ask Claude to do something for you. Like, hey, can you add some helpful comments to all the functions in this file? Instead of just going ahead and changing your code on its own, it now opens up a brand new diff view tab for you.
Now, if you've ever used Git, this is going to look super familiar. On the left, you've got your original file untouched. And on the right, you see Claude's suggestions. Everything highlighted in green is what Claude wants to add. It gives you this perfect, clear preview before anything becomes permanent. And from this view, you are in complete control. You can jump between each suggested change, you can tell to revert specific blocks that you don't like, or you can just accept or reject the whole lot in one go. You are the final say on what happens to your code. Now, a little pro tip for you. If you're feeling brave and you miss the old way, you can press Shift and Tab to toggle Auto Accept on, and it'll just apply changes instantly. But honestly, taking that extra second to review what the AI is suggesting, that's a really powerful way to stay in full command of your code base. So let's put all these pieces together and take a look at the big picture. How does this actually upgrade your entire day-to-day workflow? And hey, there's one more handy little feature. If you're like me and you find the built-in terminal in Cursor a bit cramped sometimes, you can now link Claude to Cursor from your own external terminal window.
It's super simple. Just navigate to your project directory in your favorite terminal, run the Claude command like you normally would, and then just type the / command. It'll ask you which IDE to connect to, and just like that, your external terminal has that same awesome live context awareness we were just talking about.
So what's the bottom line here? When you add it all up, the full integration of Claude Code into Cursor gives you a coding environment that's just smarter. It's more powerful, it's way more intuitive thanks to live context, and you get so much more control with things like the diffs view.
This is a really significant step forward for how we collaborate with AI to build software. Which kind of leaves us with one final thought. As these tools get more and more integrated and context-aware, how is this going to change the way you code? Something to think about. Thanks for watching.